So iRacing recently had their first their first update for the 2025 season 1, I believe it's called. And as you've read in the title, I will be trying it. And just to disclose, yes, as in the title is correct, I am indeed a Automobilista 2 fanboy, because I have done a lot of things for Automobilista 2. I've created deliveries, dashboards, the AMS2 wiki, and I'm one of the most active wiki members. Or I should say forum members. But today I'm going to try out iRacing. And thanks to you, I actually bought a subscription because of the donation. So if you want to donate any more money, the link is down below if you want. You don't have to, but it makes it so I can create other stuff which I probably wouldn't have done spending my own money. So just going into iRacing now, I will talk to you about certain comments I have. So if we just start with going here and the menu, you can see it's quite okay. Only one issue is that it's sometimes not fully full screen. It's a bit weird, you could say. And what I mean is Discord notifications can come up. But if we go to test, I can tell you the graphics, they are quite okay. They're not as bad as Race Room in my opinion, because Race Room looks super grey. But then one issue I have is though that the performance is roughly the same as Automobilista 2 with the current settings I have on it, and the graphics aren't as good. But they're getting a graphics overhaul next year, I believe it is. So we'll have to see what happens then. And to just comment, I'm driving the Cadillac CTS V, I believe it's called. And first, I have done some driving before this, but my first real comments are that the FFB is not so good, because it just feels like you have just rubber bands pushing the steering wheel, because there's like not so many effects. You can slightly feel it when you lose traction, but not a lot. Then something which I'm really annoyed about is how there is shift protection without actually telling you there is. So if I try to shift down, it's not really possible. It works, but then it's very inconsistent with at what speed I can shift down a lot of different things. So I don't really like that part. Then when we talk about the main thing with iRacing, which is the tire model. So I have tried a few of the cars with the new tire model. This one, as far as I know, isn't one of them. Shifting again. But I don't know if this is like a manual car, if this is what this is, but I had a similar issue in the non-manual cars. But to talk about the tire model, yeah, I feel it's very peaky. And with the bad FFB, you can't really push as hard, because you will lose time, because you can't really slow down. As you saw there, that's a very good example. Doing something which I believe would work, and that with wanting to escape is one issue I also have with the girl. Just go out of here. So yeah, the tank slappers, I believe they're called, they can be very bad, and I don't know how realistic that actually is. So yeah, there I lost control again for no apparent reason, in my opinion. And then if we talk about the new cars, they feel a lot better actually. I feel like they have a little bit too much grip, but I haven't driven them so much that I can tell you how much better they are. Other people will probably tell you some things, but I can't. just keep going. I can also talk to you about the braking system, which I feel like it's very odd. That's because in cars with and without ABS, you can lock up them very easily, which I feel like is a bit weird in how, as I understand it, how these cars work, because it feels like you can push them a lot harder in real life, in braking and driving. But then in iRacing you can't. Obviously, all of these are opinions and not fully based on facts, because I am not a professional race driver. I haven't been one, and the fastest thing I've driven is a street legal Volvo and a go-kart. What I can say is that it doesn't convince me as being realistic from my knowledge. But still, can you have fun? Definitely. I just feel like it's quite hard to have fun if you think in certain aspects. Like obviously they have very good online servers. I feel like I should talk about that more now. So as I said, I was going to talk to you about the multiplayer. So I haven't tried the multiplayer, but if you want me to, maybe I might in the future. I probably won't though. But iRacing's concept is really quite interesting in my opinion, because they want to build an online platform, which I really understand, and I think it's quite cool and quite interesting because you can have multiplayer races all the time. Does it have no issues? From what I've heard, it has a few issues. Then also the pricing model, I don't agree with fully, because in my opinion cars and tracks are too expensive, and also the subscription-based model I don't agree with. Then obviously a lot of people from iRacing will say it's cheaper than Netflix, the same price as Netflix. But the thing is that maybe people want to have Netflix, and then if they're going, they want to pay the subscription for a game, or should I just go to buy Automobilista 2, Assetto Corsa Competizione, these different games, and then purchase them up front, don't have to pay anything more, and then in the long term it's actually cheaper. So the economics of that is the whole economics of iRacing I'm a bit interested in, to see why it costs so much and everything, because I want to know exactly why. But from what knowledge I have now, which is very minimal, I would say it's quite high. But then they are obviously making progress on the time model and everything. I feel like it's a bit weird how it's taken so long for all of these things to happen. Then you also have the Ferrari 499P, which has had issues being a lot quicker. I believe some guy beat the pole time around Spa when driving in the wet, which I feel like is a bit it's a bit weird that it's possible to do that. I know certain lap times, obviously lap times could possibly be quicker in sims, because you don't have the fear factor and other factors are in there. You have other factors you have to think about, but still I feel like that's a bit weird. So all in all, iRacing, I feel like it's not for me. I can see why some people like it, I can see why some people hate it. And as I said, I don't really hate it, but the driving experience, I hate the actual iRacing as a thing. I don't mind so much, but I have a few disagreements. But what do you think? Comment it down below. And once you're done with it, please hit the like button and also subscribe. My next video, we'll have to see what it's on, because I don't really have an idea. I know there's a cool LMH mod coming out, and LMDH cars, I believe, in that mod, so we'll have to see. And also, maybe Renato drops his final dev update, we have to see. But until then, I've been Racing Legend, you've been my amazing viewers, thank you for watching, goodbye!